There's something you need to hear right now. It's something that could completely change your life. You feel like time is slipping through your fingers, and the days go by one after another with no real satisfaction. You wake up in the morning and it already feels like the new day is no different from the previous one. You promised yourself that tomorrow would be different. But tomorrow comes and everything stays the same. Stop for a moment. Think about how much time you've already lost. How many hours have gone by waiting? How many opportunities have been missed because of fear or doubt? How many of your dreams have remained unrealized because you were always waiting for the right moment? The truth is, that moment will never come if you don't start taking action right now. Every day is a gift you can't give back. The clock ticks tock, time waits for no one. And you keep wasting it on unnecessary chores, empty procrastination, and waiting for a miracle. And you know what? That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your life. You may think you have plenty of time ahead of you, but in reality, every moment you spend without purpose is gone forever. You'll never get it back. So here's the big question. How much more time are you willing to waste on meaningless things? Your life is in your hands. Every day, every minute is a chance that you are given only once, and you can either take it or let it pass you by. But if you decide to act, if you stop wasting your time on things that don't matter, you can achieve something great. This video isn't just about how to stop wasting your time. It's about taking control of your life. It's about how to start using every moment wisely. Because success isn't luck. It's not an accident. It's a conscious choice. Are you ready to hear how to change your life forever? Then stay with us until the end, because we're going to show you how to stop this useless cycle and start living a real, productive life. We often don't notice time passing. We wake up in the morning, race to get things done, the day passes, and then night falls. It seems that it will always be like this, that tomorrow will be a new day, a new opportunity. But have you ever thought about how much time you have already lost? Time is the most valuable resource we have. It can't be accumulated, it can't be returned, you can't relive the same moment. Every minute that goes by is lost forever. But despite this, many of us waste it on things that don't really matter. How many times have you put off important things for later? How many hours have you spent on social media, leafing through feeds that bring you neither knowledge nor happiness? How many times have you said to yourself, "I'll start tomorrow"? And then tomorrow became today, and you found reasons to put your dreams on hold again. Realize this. You can spend your time on anything you want, but every minute spent should bring you closer to what's really important to you. If it doesn't, then you're just wasting it. When we waste time on useless things, it's like throwing gold into a river. We think we can afford it because it seems like we have so much of it. But when we look back, we realize there's nothing left. Are there moments in your life that you wish you could take back? Moments when you could have done things differently but didn't? If so, you're not alone. We've all wasted time at one time or another, but that's no reason to keep doing it over and over again. Your life is the sum total of your actions. And every day, every minute is a choice. You can either use this time to grow, develop and achieve your goals, or you can let it slip away like sand through your fingers. Realizing that time is limited should be your first step towards change. The value of every moment. Think about the fact that every moment of your life is priceless. Every second you experience will never happen again. And therein lies the greatest truth of all. Every moment is an opportunity, unique and unrepeatable. But many people don't realize this. They live as if they have an infinite number of days ahead of them, as if there will always be one more chance. But the truth is that every moment we miss brings us closer to the end line. Think about it for a minute. How many opportunities have you already missed because you were too busy doing unimportant things? How many times have you put your dreams on hold, confident that you'll still have time? The true value of time is revealed when you start to make the most of every moment. You can create something great, or you can waste time. The choice is always yours. But if you start to value your time, you'll see that every second is a tool to create your best future. There is no right time to start taking action. Many of us wait for the perfect conditions. We tell ourselves, when I have more time, I'll get on it, or when I'm ready, I'll start working on my goals. But here's the thing, there will never be a perfect moment, ever. The only moment you have is now. Now is all you'll ever have. It's not tomorrow, it's not a year from now, it's not when all the circumstances come together. No, it all starts with this very moment. You might think that small steps don't matter. That one lost day won't make a difference. But in fact, it's little moments like that that define your entire life. One day turns into a week into a month into a year. And one day you look back and realize that you missed out on years because you waited until it was better. You can't control the future, but you can control your present. You can start appreciating every moment. And then your life will begin to change. You'll become a conscious, active participant in your own success. Stop thinking that time is something you can get back or make up for. It is irretrievably gone, and every moment you waste is either a step forward or a step back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. One of the most common mistakes that people make is waiting for the perfect moment. We often convince ourselves that we'll start working on our goals as soon as the circumstances are right. But here's the thing. There will never be perfect conditions. Life is unpredictable, and it's always full of challenges. If you wait for things to get easier or more convenient, you run the risk of spending your whole life waiting. How many opportunities have you already missed because of this waiting? How many times have you said to yourself, when I have more time or when I'm ready? But the truth is, you'll never be fully ready. There will never come a moment when all your doubts are gone. Real successes don't come when circumstances are favorable, but when you start acting in spite of them. Look at the great men who changed the world. They each had their own challenges, their own obstacles, and their own fears. But they didn't let it hold them back. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They realized that time was of the essence. And that's why they started taking action right now. You can justify your inaction endlessly. There are 1,000 reasons not to start today. But if you want to accomplish something meaningful in your life, you need to stop looking for excuses. You need to stop waiting for everything to work out perfectly and start using what you have right now. Think about it. How often do you put off important things, telling yourself you'll start later? And how often does that later turn into never? How many of your plans have remained only on paper because you waited for a better moment to realize them? Remember one thing, the perfect moment will never come. But there is one perfect time to start. It's now. Every minute you lose waiting is a minute you could have used to accomplish your goals. Every postponement is a step backwards. When you stop waiting and start taking action, you'll realize that success doesn't come to those who wait, but to those who seize every moment. You create your life by your decisions, by your actions, by your choices. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can change your reality. Don't wait for circumstances to become perfect. There will be no perfect circumstances. Start right now with what you have, and you'll be surprised how far you can go. Eliminate the unnecessary. Our lives are full of things that seem important, but actually take up more of our time and energy than they give in return. Social media, meaningless conversations, endless phone checks, shows we watch just to kill time. All this steals from us precious hours that we could spend on something really meaningful. You have to be ruthless in your approach to your time. You have to learn to cut off anything that doesn't do you any good. Think about how much time in your day is spent on things that don't get you closer to your goals. It could be something as small as an extra half hour watching the news, or something more significant like a week spent doing useless activities. If you want to stop wasting your time, you need to learn to prioritize. Start small. Look at your typical day and ask yourself, what of the things I do every day are really important? What brings me closer to my dreams and what just fills a void? Give up the unnecessary. Stop wasting time on things that bring you no joy or benefit. This may seem difficult at first. The whole world offers you tons of distractions all the time. But the less you allow yourself to be distracted, the more time you can devote to what really matters. You can make your life easier and more efficient by simply eliminating everything unnecessary. You don't realize how much time will be freed up when you stop sinking into a routine of useless activities. By freeing your schedule from what gets in your way, you'll create space for what's really important. Remember, your life is the sum of your actions, and if your every day is filled with activities that don't get you closer to your goals, you're wasting your life. Think about how much more effective you could be if you devoted your time only to things that bring real results. How often do you let distractions take over your day? How often have you wasted hours on something that ultimately accomplished nothing useful? Now imagine if every such day could be dedicated to self-development, to achieving your goals, to improving your future. After all, this is the reality you can create if you start managing your time. Eliminate the unnecessary from your life. Stop giving your hours to things that don't matter. When you learn to focus on what's important, you'll see how quickly your life will begin to change. Take responsibility for your time. The most important thing you can do to stop wasting your time is to accept full responsibility for it. No one can manage your time but you. Not circumstances, not other people, not the outside world, only you. How you use each day, each minute, is entirely your choice. In today's world, it's easy to blame anything for your lack of time. Work, busyness, distractions, people around you. But the reality is that no one forces you to waste your time. It's always your choice. You choose what to spend your hours on. And that's the first thing you have to realize if you want to make a difference. The Stoics have always taught that we can't control external events, but we can control how we react to them. That's where our power lies. You can't slow down the passage of time, but you can choose how to use it. You can decide what to fill your days with, how to prioritize, and what steps to take to achieve your goals. Taking responsibility for your time isn't just realizing that every choice you make matters. It's a willingness to make a commitment to yourself. It's a willingness to say to yourself, I'm not going to make excuses anymore. I will no longer blame circumstances or other people for my dreams not being realized. Every day you are faced with a choice. You can either procrastinate or you can act. You can either waste your time on empty entertainment or you can use it to achieve your goals. And that choice belongs to you alone. No one will make it for you. You may say to yourself, I just don't have the time. But if you look at your day honestly, you'll realize that's just an excuse. We all have the same number of hours in a day. It's just a matter of how you use those hours. Taking responsibility for your time means giving up your role as a victim of circumstance. It means realizing that your life is the result of your own actions, your decisions, and your priorities. When you realize this, you'll begin to treat your time in a completely different way. You'll become more goal-oriented. You'll start planning your days so that every hour brings results. You'll stop putting off the important things and focus on what really matters. And most importantly, you'll start appreciating every minute of your life. So stop looking for external excuses. Take responsibility for your time and for your life. Only then will you be able to fully utilize your potential and achieve what you dream of. You know what the most amazing thing is? The answer to how to stop wasting time has always been right under your nose. All this time, you knew what you had to do. You knew that every day was a chance you couldn't pass up. You knew that in order to succeed, you had to act, not just wait. But sometimes we need a reminder. Sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day that we lose sight of what's important. And now you have that moment in front of you. The moment when you can make a choice. The moment when you can say to yourself, stop wasting time. I'm going to take action. You can be anything you want to be. You can reach any heights. All you need to do is stop wasting precious hours on things that don't matter. Stop procrastinating. Stop doubting yourself. Every great person, every successful entrepreneur, every innovator once made the decision to not waste any more time. They stopped living in a wait and see mode and started living in an action mode. And that's what makes the difference between those who achieve something and those who stay put. Now the choice is yours. What will you do with this knowledge? If this video helped you realize how valuable your time is, if you felt that fire of change in you, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We don't just talk about philosophy and psychology. We're helping you change your life for the better. Give us a like if you're ready to take action, and write in the comments what steps you plan to take to stop wasting your time. We read every comment, and each one inspires us to keep sharing helpful thoughts and ideas with you. So subscribe, stay tuned, and there are many more incredible discoveries ahead of you. Remember, time is your most valuable resource. Use it wisely.